In chapter 8, 11th one.
Okay. We are in Canto 1, 8th chapter, text 11. So we saw how Uttara comes running to Krishna. Pahi pahi mahayogin deva deva jagatpate. Nanyam tad abhayam pasye yatra mukti parasparam. O Lord, there is no one except you who can protect me from this difficulty. She saw the Brahmastra coming. She saw a fiery arrow coming. And she saw the danger, the imminent danger for the womb. So she says, oh Lord, if you want to protect me, but I request you to protect my womb. Sutuvacha. Upadharya vachastasya bhagavan bhaktavatsalah apandavam idam kartum Draupader astram abhyuta. Suta Goswami says, Upadharya. By hearing her patiently, vachaha, the words, tasya, Bhagavan Bhaktavatsala. The Lord is the mother for all the devotees. Very affectionate. Vatsala, this word Vatsala comes. It's not just restricted to affectionate. It is also, it signifies mother, Vatsala, Vatsalyata. The motherly affection, the motherly care. Mother loves the child. Apandavam, without the existence of the Pandavas' descendant. Idam, this, kartum, to do it. Draurihi, of the son of Dronacharya, Astram, weapon, Bhyutaha, Abhudyata, understood. So in this way, the Lord, who is very affectionate to the devotees, he immediately took understand that this Astra has been thrown by the son of Dronacharya. Already one Astra he had thrown, and Arjuna could retract the Astra, bind him and bring. Somehow on the request of Draupadi, he was released, but he was just removed, the jewel of his head was removed, the jewel on his head was removed. And now here, Krishna could understand that it is none other than again Ashwatthama. He had thrown the Brahmastra to finish the last hair of Pandava's family. That's now see, punishment is also given. And his master was also not happy. But still, such a revenging attitude that he wants to destroy even the last hair. Already he had cut the heads of all the Upapandavas. Now, the last hair is left, that is Abhimanyu's son's Abhimanyu's child, and also he wanted to destroy. Okay, Vasandani Prabhu, read. Your voice is not coming. Your voice is not coming, Haribol. Unable to hear your voice, Prabhu. Others are able to hear or what?
No, Mataji.
Okay, you do.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dandat Pranam. Upadharya vachastasya Bhagavan Bhaktavatsalaha Apandavamidam kartum Dronerasramupajyata. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Suta Goswami said, having patiently heard her words, Lord Sri Krishna, who is always very affectionate to his devotees, could at once understand that Aswathama, the son of Dronacharya, had thrown the Brahmastra to finish the last life in the Pandava family. Purport. The Lord is impartial in every respect, but still he is inclined towards his devotees because there is a great necessity of this for everyone well-being. The Pandavas family was a family of devotees, and therefore the Lord wanted them to rule the world. That was the reason he vanquished the rule of the company of Duryodhana and established the rule of Maharaja Yudhishthira. Therefore, he also wanted to protect Maharaja Parikshit, who was laying in Amron. He did not like the idea that the world should be without the Pandavas, the ideal family of devotees. Hare Krishna.
तर्हेवाथ मुनिश्रेष्ठं पाण्डवा पञ्चसायकान् आत्मनोऽभिमुखान् दीप्तान् आलक्ष्यास्त्राण्युपादधुः तर्हि एवाथ मुनिश्रेष्ठ पाण्डवा पञ्चसायकान् आत्मनोऽभिमुखान् दीप्तान् आलक्ष्यास्त्राण्युपादतुः. Then tarhi eva also arha. Therefore, Muni Shrestha, or chief among the Munis, Pandava, all the sons of Pandu, Pancha five, Sayakan, weapons, Atmana, themselves, Abhimukaha, towards Deeptan, glaring, Alakshya, seeing it, Astrani, weapon, Upadadu, took up. So now here, our foremost among the great thinkers, Munis, Shaunakaha, seeing the glaring Brahmastra proceeding towards them, Pandavas took up their five respective weapons. Now when they saw this glaring Brahmastra is coming, all the five Pandavas took their respective weapons. Okay. Adi Satviki Mataji ji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Text, yes, text 12.
Yeah.
Tattarha Bhatha Muni Shrestha Pandavaha Panchasayakan Atmanaha Mukhan Diptan Alakshastranyoupadaduhu. The translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O foremost among the great thinkers, Munis, Saunaka, seeing the glaring Brahmastra proceeding towards them, the Pandavas took up their five respective weapons. Purport: the Brahmastras are finer than the nuclear weapons. Aswathama discharged the Brahmastra simply to kill the Pandavas, namely the five brothers headed by Maharaja Yudhishthira and their only grandson, who was lying within the womb of Uttara. Therefore, the Brahmastra, more effective and finer than the atomic weapons, was not as blind as the atomic bombs. When the atomic bombs are discharged, they do not discriminate between the target and others. Mainly, the atomic bombs do harm to the innocent because there is no control. The Brahmastra is not like that. It marks out the target and proceeds accordingly without harming the innocent. Thank you, Mataji.
Here it is said, Brahmastra is not like that. It only marks out the target. They are not like the bombs of this recent times, modern times. It is not marking the target, it marks everybody. Innocents are also killed. But here, it only marks the target. Vyasanam vikshyatate ananya vishayatmanam sudarshanena swastrena swanam raksham vedadvibuhu. Vyasanam vikshyatate ananya vishayatmanam sudarshanena swastrena swanam raksham vedadvibuhu. Mute your phone, Adimat. So Vyasanam, the great danger, Vikshya. So here Uttara saw that great danger. Tat Tesham, Ananya, no other. Vishya means Atmanam, thus inclined. Sudarshena, Sudarshanena, by the wheel of Sri Krishna, Swastrena, by the weapon, Swanam, by his own devotees, Raksham, protection, Vedadha did it, Vibhu, the Almighty. So he saw the great danger. Krishna saw the great danger falling on his devotees. Then immediately, and they were surrendered. Swana means devotees. And they were surrendered. That's why Krishna took the Sudarshan weapon to protect them. This was an imminent danger. And he saw the devotees were completely helpless. Though they took their weapons, but this was a very powerful weapon which had come. That's why to protect the devotees, Krishna took Sudarshan Chakra. So in this way, Krishna always protects the devotees. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. Kusum read.
Hare Krishna Mataji Danvitana. Yasanam Vikya Tat Esam Ananya Vishayatmanam Sudarshanena Swastena Swanam Raksham Yadad Vibhuhu. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada teacher. The Almighty Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, having observed that a great danger was befalling his unalloyed devotees, who were fully surrendered souls, at once took up his Sudarshana wrist to protect them. Purpose: the Brahmastra, the supreme weapon released by Ashwatthama, was something similar to the nuclear weapon but with more radiation and heat. This Brahmastra is the product of a more subtle science, being the product of a finer sound, a mantra recorded in the Vedas. Another advantage of this weapon is that it is not blind like the nuclear weapon because it can be directed only to the target and nothing else. Ashwatthama released the weapon just to finish all the male members of Pandu's family. Therefore, in one sense, it was more dangerous than the atomic bombs because it could penetrate even the most protected place and would never miss the target. Knowing all this, Lord Sri Krishna at once took up his personal weapon to protect his devotees who did not know anyone other than Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord has clearly promised that his devotees are never to be vanquished, and he behaves according to the quality or degree of the devotional service rendered by the devotee. Here the word Ananya Vishayatmanam is significant. The Pandavas were 10% dependent on the protection of the Lord, although they were all great warriors themselves. But the Lord neglects even the great warriors and also vanquishes them in no time. When the Lord saw that there was no time for the Pandavas to counteract the Brahmastra of Ashwatthama, he took up his weapon even at the risk of breaking his own vow. Although the battle of Kurukshetra was almost finished, still, according to his vow, he should not have taken up his own weapon. But the emergency was more important than the vow. He is better known as the Bhakta Vatsala or the lover of his devotee, and thus he preferred to continue as Bhakta Vatsala than to be a worldly moralist who never breaks his solemn vow. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Next. Antastha sarvabhutanam atma yogeshwaro harihi swamaya vrunodgarbham vairātya kurutantave. Antastha sarvabhutanam atma yogeshwaro harihi swamaya vrunodgarbham vairātya kurutantave. So Antastha, Lord resides in everyone's heart. Sarvabhutana. Atmaha Yogeshwara, he is the Lord of all the mystics. Hari is the Supreme Lord. Swamaya, by his personal energy. Avrunod, he covered Garbham. He covered the embryo. As how Krishna protected the embryo of Uttara. Vairayat. Uttara's name is also Vairatya. 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 Virata Raja's daughter. That's why Vairatya. And Kuru Tantave for the progeny of Maharaj Kuru. So in this way, Lord protected Uttara. Virata Raja's daughter is Uttara. That's why Vairatya. And for the progeny of Maharaj Kuru. So all belong to Kuru dynasty. But still Dhritarashtra used to say Pandavas and Kauravas. He considered himself only as Kauravas, but Pandavas or Pandu's sons. But they are also the progeny of King Kuru only. Okay? So Lord knew. Lord is residing in everyone's heart. Lord knew the danger. Lord immediately protected the embryo by covering the embryo. Gajendra Sutta Prabhu, read.
अन्तस्थ सर्वभूतानाम् आत्मयोगेश्वरो हरि स्वामाया वृणोद्धर्मम् वैराग्य कुरुतन्तवे. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Lord, translation, the Lord of Supreme Mysticism, Sri Krishna resides within everyone's heart of the Brahma as such, just to protect the presidency of the Kuru dynasty. He covered the embryo of Uttara by his personal energy. The Lord of Supreme Mysticism can simultaneously reside within everyone's heart or even within the atoms by, by his Paramatma future, his plenary portion. Therefore, from within the body of Uttara, he covered the embryo to such Maharaj Parikshita and protect the progeny of Maharaj Kuru, by whom King Pandu was also a descendant. Both the son of the Drashta and those of Pandu belong to the same dynasty of Maharaj Kuru. Therefore, both of them were generally known as Kurus. But when there were differences between the two families, the son of the Drashta were known as Kurus, where the son of Pandu were known as Pandavas. Since the son and grandson of the Drashta were all killed in the battle of Kurukshetra, the last son of the dynasty is designated as the son of the Kurus. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Next. Yadyapyastram Brahmashirshas Tamogham Chapratikriyam Vaishnavam Teja Asadya Samashamyad Bhrugudvaha Yadyapastram Brahmashiras Yadyapyastram Brahmashiras Tvamogham cha pratikriyam Vaishnavam teja asadya Samashamyad Bhrugudvaha. Yadyapi, although Astram weapons, Brahmashira, the supreme, tu but Amogham, without check, cha and Apratikriyam, not to be contracted, Vaishnavam, in relation with Vishnu, Tejaha, strength, Asadya, been confronted with, Samashamyat, was neutralized, Bhrugu Udvaha, O glory of the family of Bhrugu. So though it was without check or contraction, but by the strength of Vishnu, it was neutralized and foiled. So nobody could check this weapon. It is said it was irresistible. Nobody could check the weapon. But what Krishna did? Krishna neutralized the weapon. There's the power of Lord. Krishna neutralized the weapon. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Brahma Jyoti, or the glowing transcendental effulgence, is resting on Krishna. So whatever Tej is there outside, even the Brahmastra has the effulgence, but that effulgence cannot counteract the effulgence of Krishna. The effulgence which comes from the body of Krishna can counteract all the powerful effulgences. In this way, Krishna protected the Pandavas, the last hair of Pandavas. Neeraj Prabhu, please read.
Hare Krishna, Vaibhav Pranam. Yadyapyastram brahmashirastvamogam cha pratikriyam Vaishnavam teja asadhya samshamyad bragadvaha. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. O Shaunaka, glory of Bhragu's family, although the supreme Brahmastra weapon released by Ashwasthama was irresistible and without check or counteraction, it was neutralized and foiled when confronted by the strength of Vishnu, Lord Krishna. Purport. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that Brahmajyoti, or the glowing transcendental effulgence, is resting on Sri Krishna. In other words, the glowing effulgence known as Brahma Tejas is nothing but the rays of the Lord, just as the sun rays are the rays of the sun disk. So this Brahma weapon also, although materially irresistible, could not surpass the supreme strength of the Lord. The weapon called Brahmastra, released by Ashwasthama, was neutralized and foiled by Lord Sri Krishna by his own energy. That is to say, he did not wait for any other's help because he is absolute. Hare Krishna Mataji, that was Pranam.
Next. Mamastha yetaraschariyam sarvaschariyam ayeshita sarvaschariyam mayechute ya idam maya devya sujatyavati intyajah mamastha yetaraschariyam sarvaschariyam mayechute ya idam maya devya Sujatyavati Yantyajah. Ma, do not. Mamsthan, think. He certainly hated all these. Ascharyam, wonderful. Serve all. Ascharyamai, and all mysterious. Achyute, infallible. Yaha, one who, idam, this creation. Maya, by his energy. Devya, transcendental. Sujati, creates. Avati, maintains. Hanti, annihilates. Ajaha, unborn. So here, Sutta Goswami is telling to Shaunaka, don't think that this is very special, wonderful event. This is nothing. Lord creates, Lord maintains, Lord annihilates. Before this is nothing. So do not think this to be a very special event. Because in front of creation, maintenance, destruction, this is nothing. Ma mamstha. Ma mamstha means do not think. This is ashcharyam. This is mysterious, ashcharyamaye. Don't think this, because Achyutaha, infallible one, Krishna, he protects the devotees, and for that only he maintains, creates, Sujati, Avatihi, and then Hanti. Sujati means creates, Avati means maintains, Hanti means annihilates. He is Ajaha, unborn, but still he does all these wonderful activities. So before that, this activity is not some specially wonderful activity. Ashoka Nija Prabhu, read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Mamastavutascharyam sarvascharyam yauchyate Ya idam maya devya srajatyavati hantajaha. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Brahmanas, do not think this to be especially wonderful in the activities of the mysterious and infallible personality of Godhead. By his own transcendental energy, he maintains and annihilates all material things, although he himself is unborn. Purport. The activities of the Lord are always inconceivable to the tiny brain of the living entities. Nothing is impossible for the Supreme Lord, but all his actions are wonderful for us, and thus he is always beyond the range of our conceivable limits. The Lord is the all powerful, all perfect personality of Godhead. The Lord is 100% perfect, whereas others, namely Narayana, Brahma, Shiva, the demigods, and all other living beings, possess only different percentages of such perfection. No one is equal to or greater than him. He is unrivaled. Hare.
So nobody is equal to Lord, nobody is greater than Lord. He is unrivaled. Brahma tejo vinir mukter atmajai sah krishnaya prayanaabhimukham krishnam idamah prutho sati. Brahma tejo vinir mukte. Brahma teja, the radiation of the Brahmastra vinirmuktaha, being saved from Atmajaha along with her sons. Saha with Krishnayaha, Draupadi. Pranaya, Prayana, full going, Abhimukham, towards Krishnam, unto Lord Krishna. Idam this, Aha said, Prutha, Kunti Maharani, Sati, chaste, devoted to the Lord. So now, from the radiation of Brahmastra, Kunti Maharani could see that that all her sons and everybody are saved, including herself, are saved. Krishna has saved them. And now, in this way, Draupadi addressed Lord Krishna as he started for home. You could see that Kunti Maharani saw that Lord saved 5 sons and Draupadi. Now Kunti Maharani saw that, oh, Lord is starting for home. He is going to Dwarka. Immediately she addressed Krishna. So how Lord protects the devotees? She is standing outside and she could see that Lord is covering the womb of Tara. Lord is also present inside also. Lord has saved the whole family. In this way now she is going to speak the most important prayers which is appreciated by the sadhus. It is a nobody till date has prayed like Kunti Maharani. That's why she is so glorious. She is defined as a glorious queen in the whole of Mahabharata. Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji, if I am audible, can I try?
Yeah, try. Now you're
Okay.
audible. Try.
Okay. Hare Krishna Mataji, thanks for the service. Brahma tejo vinir muktair atmajay sah krishnaya prayanam bhi pranayanma praya prayanam bhi
Prayanabhimukham Krishnam, Prayanabhimukham Krishnam.
prayanabhimukham krishnam idam aha pratha sati. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thus, saved from the radiations of Brahmastra, Kunti, the chaste devotee of the Lord, and her 5 sons, and Draupadi addressed Lord Krishna as he started for home. Purport. Kunti is described herein as Sati, or chaste, due to her unalloyed devotion to Lord Sri Krishna. Her mind will now be expressed in the following prayers for Lord Krishna. A chaste devotee of the Lord does not look to others, namely any other living being or demigod, even for deliverance from danger. That was all along the characteristic of the whole family of the Pandavas. They knew nothing except Krishna, and therefore the Lord was also always ready to help them in all respects and in all circumstances. That is the transcendental nature of the Lord. He reciprocates the dependence of the devotee. One should not therefore look for help from imperfect living beings or demigods, but one should look for all help from Lord Krishna, who is competent to save his devotees. Such a chaste devotee also never asks the Lord for help, but the Lord, out of his own accord, is always anxious to render it. Hare Krishna Mataji.
कुन्ती उवाच नमस्यै पुरुषं त्वाद्यम् ईश्वरं प्रकृते परम् अलक्ष्यं सर्वभूतानाम् अन्तर्बहिरवस्थितम्. Possible, memorize these shlokas, all Kunti Maharani shlokas. Kunti uvacha namasyahi purusham tvadyam Ishwaram prakrute param alaksham sarvabhutanam antarbahiravastitam. Vasanani, you mute your phone.
Sorry, Mataji, sorry.
Namasyai purusham tvadyam Ishwaram prakrute param. Namasyai. Now see, Kunti Maharaj is auntie, na? Auntie of Krishna. Now, it is going to embrace Krishna because Krishna is nephew. If suddenly somebody auntie says Namasi Purusham Tvadyam, it's going to embrace. But anyhow, Kunti Maharani intentionally says this sarcastic remark, yeah, you are now big man. You are leaving us and going, now what I can do? You are Purusham, you are Param, you are Ishwaram. And that too Prakrute Param. That's how everybody glorifies you. So that is why what to do? Alakshyam. Alakshyam also refers to invisible. Alakshyam also refers to you don't want to even look at us. That is why you are going away from us. Alakshyam. Sarvabhutana. You are invisible to the devotee, to a common public. That means your glories cannot be understood by them. Acha, you are staying inside and outside also. Huh? Antarvahiravastitam. I can see that you are inside also, you are outside also. So that is how you are Paramatma. That means you know what is there in my heart. I don't want you to go. The nice way to stop Krishna going to his home. Because Kunti Maharani could not tolerate the separation from Krishna. Now at the same time, Kunti Maharani has Vatsal Rasa. But her Vatsal Rasa is not like Yashoda. Yashoda's Vatsal Rasa is Vishuddha Vatsal Rasa. Vishesh Rupena Shuddha. Not even a tinge of knowledge that my child is Supreme Lord. But Kunti Maharani knew that her nephew is Supreme Lord. That is why she is not able to stop Krishna like how Yashoda Mata can pressurize. Sometimes you cannot talk to your own children if they show their command. If they show their opulence, you cannot talk to your own children. But if the child is eager to hear, then you can talk. But if the child shows their prowess, then you cannot talk to your own son, you cannot talk to your own daughter. At one time, you like to scold your children. But at one point, you cannot speak to them because now they are grown up. Now if they start showing their opulence, you cannot show, that Vishuddha Vatsala Rasa is blocked. There itself, it is blocked. That knowledge that my son is God is not there with Yashoda. That is why she can scold Krishna at any time. That is the most merciful action, or you can say the Leela of Krishna in Vraja. Now Kunti Maharani knew that her nephew is God. She can see Lord inside also, outside also. So that is how she prays, your Purusham, your So one is straight prayers. Yes. You are Ishvaraha, you are Prakriti, Param. You cannot be known by everyone. You are inside also, you are outside also. Another place it is, at another place, there is a nice Vatsala Rasa, which is exhibited in the form of an anger. Okay. Krishna Priya Mataji, read.
Kunti Uvacha Namaste Purusham Tvajamishwaram Prakrute Param Alaksham Sarva Bhutanam Antarbahir Ravasthitam. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimati Kunti said, O Krishna, I offer my obeisances unto you because you are the original personality and are unaffected by the qualities of the material world. You are existing both within, in, and without everything, yet you are invisible to all. Purport. Srimati Kunti Devi was quite aware that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. Although he was playing the part of her nephew, such an enlightened lady could not commit a mistake by offering obeisances onto her nephew. Therefore, she addressed him as the original Purusha, beyond the material cosmos. Although all living entities are also transcendental, they are neither original nor infallible. The living entities are apt to fall down under the clutches of material nature. But the Lord is never like that. In the Vedas, therefore, he is described as the chief among all living entities. Nitya, Nityananam,
Nityo Nityanam,
Santanam,
Chetananam, Nityo Nityanam.
Chetananam.
You have done this in Bhagavad Gita. Nityo Nityanam, Chetanam.
Chetanam. Then again, he is addressed as Ishvara or the controller. The living entities or the demigods like Chandra and Surya are also to some extent Ishvara, but none of them is the supreme Ishvara or the ultimate controller. Is the Parameshwara or the super soul, is both within and without. Although he was present before Srimati Kunti as her nephew, he was also within her and everyone else. In the Bhagavad Gita, in the Bhagavad Gita 15.1.5, the Lord says, I am situated in everyone's heart, and only due to me one remembers, forgets, and is cognizant, etc. Through all the Vedas, I am to be known because I am the compiler of the Vedas and I am the teacher of the Vedanta. Queen Kunti affirms that the Lord, although both within and without all living beings, is still invisible. The Lord is so to speak a puzzle for the common man. Queen Kunti experienced personally that Lord Krishna was present before her. Yet he entered within the womb of Uttara to save her embryo from the attack of Ashwadhama's Brahmastra. Kunti himself was puzzled about whether Sri Krishna is all pervasive or localized. In fact, he is both, but he reserves the right of not being exposed to persons who are not surrendered souls. This checking certain is called the Maya, energy of Supreme Lord, and it controls the limited vision of the rebellious soul. It is explained as follows. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Next. Maya Channam Agyadokshajamavyayam na lakshasi mudhadrisha nato natyo dharumha. Mute your phone. Vandana, mute your phone. Vandana. Okay. Maya javanika channam agyadhokshajamayam na lakshase moodhadrisha nato natyo dharo yata. Maya javanika channam. How is it that I am not visible to everyone? Krishna says, I am present. How is it that? Then immediately answer also she gives. Maya javanika channam. You have kept a curtain. Your curtain of Maya is covering. Achannam means covering. Whom? Agyan, the ignorant people. You are adhokshajam. You are beyond the mental conception. You are avyayam. You never fall down from your position of avyayam. You are imperishable, you can say, irreproachable. Na lakshase moodha drisha. Na lakshase, nobody can see you. Foolish creatures can never see you. Moodha drisha. Nato natya. In this way, you are actually an artist. Natyadharaha. You're dressed as a player. Because there is some dance known as Kuchipudi dance. In that dance, even the family members cannot understand who is there. They dress very opulently. There's a mask put, and here from the eyes, big eyes, so much of kajal. Even the family members cannot understand. In the same way, you appear, you are an artist actually. Krishna, you are pakka dramatist, you are an artist. And in this, when you appear, the foolish people cannot understand you. You are adhokshajam, you cannot be seen by this material eyes. One needs a divine eyes to see Krishna. Because the common eye is covered or deluded by Maya. Maya Shakti. Maya Shakti acts as a curtain to cover the material eyes. It's only by the divine eyes one can see Krishna. Has been given. Okay, Krishna Priya Mataji, read. You read the Dayasagar Prabhu just also joined. You can read. Okay, let Dayasagar Prabhu read. 19th verse. Dayasagar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Maya Jayanikan Channam Agya Dokshajam Ayayam Na Lakshyase Muda Trisha Nato Natyadara Yata
Nato Natya Dharu Yatha. Nato Natya Dharu.
Nato Natyadaro Yata Maya Jananika Chanam Agya Dokshajam Avyayam Na Lakshyasem Muda Drisha Nato Nayadaro Yata
Nato Natya Dharu Yatha. Nato Natya. Nato Natya.
Nayadaro Yata.
Yes. Please.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Being beyond the range of limited sense perception, you are the eternally irreproachable factor covered by the curtain of deluding energy. You are invisible to the foolish observer, exactly as an actor dressed as a player is not recognized. Purport. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Shri Krishna affirms that less intelligent persons mistake him to be an ordinary man like us, and thus they deride him. The same is confirmed herein by Queen Kunti. The less intelligent persons are those who rebel against the authority of the Lord. Such persons are known as asuras. The asuras cannot recognize the Lord's authority. When the Lord himself appears amongst us as Rama, Nrsimha, Varaha, or in his original form as Krishna, he performs many wonderful acts which are humanly impossible, as we shall find in the 10th canto of this great literature, Lord Shri Krishna exhibited his humanly impossible activities even from the days of his laying on the lap of his mother. He killed the Putana witch, although she smeared him her breast with poison just to kill the Lord. The Lord sucked her breast like a natural baby, and he sucked out her very life also. Similarly, he lifted the Govardhana hill just as a boy picks up a frog's umbrella and stood several days continuously just to give protection to the residents of Vrindavana. These are some of the superhuman activities of the Lord described in the authoritative Vedic literatures like the Puranas, Itihasas, histories, and Upanishads. He has delivered wonderful instructions in the shape of the Bhagavad Gita. He has shown marvelous capacities as a hero, as a householder, as a teacher, and as a renouncer. He is accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead by such authoritative personalities as Vyasa, Devala, Asita, Narada, Madhva, Shankara, Ramanuja, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jiva Goswami, Vishwanatha Chakravarti, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, and all other authorities of the line. He himself has declared as much in many places of the authentic literatures, and yet there is a class of men with demonic mentalities who are always reluctant to accept the Lord as the supreme absolute truth. This is partially due to their poor fund of knowledge and partially due to their stubborn obstinacy, which results from various misdeeds in the past and present. Such persons could not recognize Lord Shri Krishna even when he was present before them. Another difficulty is that those who depend on more and on their imperfect sense cannot realize him as the Supreme Lord. Such persons are like the modern scientists. They want to know everything by their experimental knowledge, but it is not possible to know the Supreme Person by imperfect experimental knowledge. He is described herein as adokshaja, or beyond the range of experimental knowledge. All our senses are imperfect. He claimed to observe everything and anything, but we must admit that we can observe things under certain material conditions only, which are also beyond our control. The Lord is beyond the observation of sense perception. Queen Kunti accepts this deficiency of the conditioned soul, especially of the woman class, who are less intelligent. For less intelligent men, there must be such things as temples, mosques, or churches, so that they may begin to recognize the authority of the Lord and hear about him from authorities in such holy places. For less intelligent men, this beginning of spiritual life is essential, and only foolish men decry the establishment of such places of worship, which are required to raise the standard of spiritual attributes for the mass of people. For less intelligent persons, bowing down before the authority of the Lord, as generally done in the temples, mosques, or churches, is as beneficial as it is for the advanced devotees to meditate upon him by active service. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, for the neophyte devotee going to the temple, going down before Lord, this will encourage him to advance in devotional service. And for less intelligent people, is very much important. Foolish people also, this is very much important. They should go to the places of worship. For Madhyamadikari Bhakta, again, the association of devotees is enough. But anyhow, here, Kunti Maharani accepts this is a deficiency in the conditioned people. Their eyes are not anointed with the love. Last verse. Tatha paramahamsanam munina mamalatmanam bhakti yoga vidanartham katham pashyema histriyah. Oh, I am a Stri. Before this verse, what she said? You have covered yourself and you are invisible to the mudhas. Now, Tatha Paramahamsanam, Paramahamsa, the advanced people can know you. Muninam Amalatmanam, even Munis, great philosophers, they also know you. Bhakti Yoga Vidanartham, well, Bhaktas also. You are available to the Bhaktas also. But I am just a woman, a Stri. How can I know you perfectly? Because how is the question asked? Anyhow, what I should know also. You are my nephew, that much is enough for me. You don't go. Instead of saying all these things, what she says, oh, Paramahamsanam, Muninam, Amalatmanam, Tatha Paramahamsanam, Muninam, Amalatmanam, Bhakti Yoga Vidanartham, Katham Pashyema Istriya. How am I going to come to know you? The love is so much, but because the knowledge of the opulence is there, she's not able to express. That expression comes in the form of respect. And actually there is scolding. Why should I know you? You are my nephew, that is enough. That knowledge is enough for me. That knowledge is enough to stop you. But I'm not able to express that because all the munis and great scholars and the bhaktas, they just meditate upon you. If I start scolding you like this, it will not be very good. So here the question is, how am I going to know you? Okay. Gadi Prabhu, are you free to read? Gadi Prabhu, read.
Just now I reached home. Yeah.
Krishna Priya Mataji, read.
Mataji, can I read?
Yeah, read.
Hare Krishna. Tatha param hansana muninam amalitanam amalatmanam bhakti yoga vidhanartham katham pashyema hi striya. Translation. You yourself descend to propagate the transcendental science of devotional service onto the hearts of the advanced transcendentalist and mental speculators who are purified by being able to discriminate between matter and spirit. How then can we, woman, know you perfectly? Purport. Even the greatest philosophical speculators cannot have access to the region of the Lord. It is said in the Upanishad that supreme truth, the absolute personality of Godhead, is beyond the range of thinking power of the greatest philosopher. He is unknowable by great learning or by the greatest brain. He is knowable only by one who has his mercy. Others may go on thinking about him for years together, yet he is unknowable. This very fact is corroborated by the queen who is playing the part of an innocent woman. Women in general are unable to speculate like philosophers, but they are blessed by the Lord because they believe at once in the superiority and almightiness of the Lord, and thus they offer obeisances without reservation. The Lord is so kind that he does not show special favor only to one who is a great philosopher. He knows the sincerity of purpose. For this reason only, women generally assemble in great numbers in any sort of religious function. In every country and in every sect of religion, it appears that women are more interested than men. This simplicity of acceptance of Lord's authority is more effective than showy, insincere religious fervor. Hare Krishna.
Striyo Vaishasta Shudrastepi Yanti Param Gatim, Krishna says. The simplicity of the woman. That is why women should be always simple, simple-hearted. She should not do any tark vitark and all. Just accept. And that invokes Krishna's mercy. Munis are those who are always inclined to argue with each other, tark vitarka. Logics, a lot of logics. And there are great philosophers, there are Paramahamsas. All these people are great scholars. But simplicity of acceptance of Lord's superiority is more effective than insincere religious fervor. Prabhupada's statements are very powerful. Okay, so here we'll stop. Any questions you can ask. Any questions? So try to memorize these verses. Kunti Maharani's prayers. Okay. So exam is over till 6th chapter. 7th, 8th, 9th will be the next exam. Okay. Panchakalpatarubhyashcha Sindhubhyacha Pattanam Pavani